Okay, let's start the bloodbath. And hopefully the video quality will be better this time.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits. The pupil is dilated. The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate. A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Okay. Okay, let's, the dog's not there. There he is.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Is that lady still there at the window? That is just weird. Okay. Is there any new letter? Yeah, there is. Okay. Off to the Roman baths.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Okay.
Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Should probably do the character thingy.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Okay.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes. The the steam rooms on the other side, Mr. Holmes?
The steam room.
Okay.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Okay. I guess we'll go into the steam room now. Pretty big room. Oh, he had his eye stabbed.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body. Find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry. Or he is an artist. Or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Okay. Yeah, it is a lot of blood.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Okay, so I guess there's something I've got to do while there's steam.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Not really sure what. Oh well. Maybe I don't do it yet.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted. The grid cannot be removed. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
It's horrible. So Rodney is dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else? I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep. I don't want to stay here. Let us out, please. It's horrible. So Rodney is dead.
I'm in shock.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Okay, I've got a lot of things to test.
Mr. Holmes?
What should we do next, Holmes?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Okay, so you can't do the switch unless you go into the vision. Okay. Let's try the leaving the room.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Should be okay.
None, Lestrade. How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Okay. Okay, all their stuff has disappeared. Let's go to Scotland Yard. Okay. So the evidence room. What's in his Rodney Bentcliffe's
Rodney
notebook?
Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest.
Okay,
The
there's a
last
page.
pages were torn out. We must
Okay.
find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin
I know
with,
what he's
a
gonna
few
do.
strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces. And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that what...
Okay.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's finish looking at his belongings.
A hand-drawn map.
A coin.
An
Roman
old and
numerals.
rather dirty coin.
Number 7. Okay.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
And I just pocket everything. Okay. Okay, so there's something hidden in the frigarium. Okay, so it's only the 3 other people.
An ordinary pencil.
Oh, bloody handprint. I guess
When
this
Garrow
is why...
found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself.
Which is probably why the police think it was him.
A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
Okay, and then we got a pen.
A fountain pen with solid gold trim. An
And a
embroidered
handkerchief.
silk handkerchief.
Okay, let's
Locked.
interrogate them. Start with Mr. Pitkin.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
He, seems like he's in a bit of a hurry.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Whoops.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Okay.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Okay, next was Blinkhorn.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
Okay.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
Okay.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive, too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room, and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
Okay.
What is your occupation?
I am a councillor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear... No, nothing. I'm better now.
Please try to recall
I can
what
see
you
why
saw
the police
today.
think he did it.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh. His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it. Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that, or he is a good actor.
So... Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, so that also leads to this. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so I need to do both of these back at my building. So, go to the morgue.
Locked.
Here.
An
Okay.
unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says. According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Okay. Just roll him over.
The bruising is in lines. Some light bruising, caused by a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Okay. So let's go back to Baker Street. And test the thing. Oh, it got new things. Beacons fire go address. Stranger wound. I don't think it will work on any of them. Nope. Okay. But let's examine the blood and the dirt.
Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. White clay particles.
What else we got? What's that? Selenite.
Selenite. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to.
I guess right in the very center.
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
Okay. Let's analyze the blood.
Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several...
Okay.
Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Okay. Steam moisture. The presence of water is due to the humid atmosphere caused by the steam or unexplained clue. I don't think that. I reckon it has to do with the murder. Search the map. Okay, where's my map? Is it in my room? No. Oh, there it is.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
That. Oh, I can go down. Is that here? No. Ooh, here.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
Okay. Let's see what we have. Don't think I had any new clues. No. Okay.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
What do we have?
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. What's on the shelf? Okay. Guess it wants me to take the documents. Mm-hmm. What's on this desk? Metal cubes and a document. And another document. Okay. And then what's this one? Curved knife. A golden knife. Okay.
The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste.
Ah. I know that Cyclops. I can't think of his name though.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge. Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking.
I just thought of something funny. Cyclops, one-eyed. Rodney had his eye punctured, so now he's one-eyed. Area 2 pits.
I don't need the ropes for now.
I guess I'll examine the pit.
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
Mm-hmm. Was that the trowel or something I got? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I can go through there. I didn't even realize that. What's in the box?
Construction hooks.
Okay. Neptune.
Neptune, the god of the sea.
The very well placed bush. And Minerva.
It is a statue of Minerva.
I guess he doesn't know who the two in the middle are.
It is a broken statue of a bull.
But half the face is broken. What's up here on the sign?
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman. The gastroflags were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Good thing of the subtitles, because you can't hear it over the water. Oh, they left the door open again.
The door has been left open.
There we go, now it's a lot quieter. More documents, more documents. Okay, let's read. Dismounted
This
device.
is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. The gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Mm-hmm.
This is a reproduction of an ancient...
Okay. I guess I need to find something first. Oh, what was that?
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site. This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
Okay, so I use the trowel. It's not really how you use a trowel, but sure. Is this showing the baths at Strand Lane, which is why they went there?
I can see now. Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman Baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
Visit the Frigidarium. Okay, search the excavation complete. Guess there's nothing else here. Find the missing weapon. What important discovery? Several Newbank Cliff has left leads. A point towards the Frigidarium or Roman Bath. Okay. Find it use. Maybe I'll go do that first. Back to Baker Street. Do I get any more clues? Okay, I guess not. At least nothing that works. Okay, now analyze.
There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them.
Rotate and swap, depending on their shape, to position them in accordance to each other.
I will count this piece as a starting point.
Okay, because... Okay. This is weird. So, like that. Oh. Okay. So I need another bottom piece. It should be that one. Yeah, that goes together, but why doesn't... Okay, is there another... Okay, that's another bottom. Is that the right one? Yeah. There. That's looking better. And then that one... like that. that one for there. Oops, didn't quite put it straight. Good. Okay, so I need, it's like a rectangle. Could that be it? Yes. Okay, so that's a top piece, and so is that one. So it's one of these two pieces. Oh, well that bit goes together, so that worked out well. Okay, there. And then... whoops. So the triangle one, you go here. Like that. Okay, then we have a rectangle side. So it's not you. Possibly you. And then like that. And then like that.
It is a mold, and it is ready for casting.
Okay.
The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet... Half a glass of water should be enough to create a plaster solution.
Okay. So we'll put the water in. Then we'll mix it. Not really sure where we're pouring it, but...
Now let us see what we have here.
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson.
Okay. Okay, any other clues? No. Okay. Okay, so these, I don't know what I need to do with them. We'll go to Scotland Yard, talk to Garrow, I think his name was, about the curse thingy. Because he is superstitious. And that should be what I need to do for that piece of evidence.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Perhaps you could explain the cult of Mithras to me.
No, there is nothing to say. We are not the worthy ones.
But Sir Rodney believed that he was.
He was wrong. I have visions. The golden knife, the mummy. Oh, it's all my fault.
Calm down, Mr. Garrow.
Okay. Okay, that doesn't lead to anything. What about his weakness? Okay, I'll leave that for now. That's it there. Okay. Head back to the baths. And then once I get there, that'll be the end of the episode. So, I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Okay, and goodbye.